Right. If there was one misconception in the backswing that is going to kill your downswing, this is it. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you have been told at some point that you shift your weight to the right or your back foot in your backswing onto your left or your forward foot in your follow through. And as much as this does happen, it doesn't happen in the way that most people think it does. And so much of the time it actually kills a person's backswing when they start to try to get the weight all the way over onto the right side of their back foot at the top of their backswing. The reality of what happens, and you can look at any, especially if, the best thing to do is to look at the best players hitting irons for this, because it's the most important for the irons, because it's a swing where we want to transfer the weight onto the forward foot as much as we possibly can on the way down. Not so much with a driver. It doesn't quite happen so much, but that's for a different video. So what I want you to start to get to understand is that by the time I get to about halfway back, that's pretty much when I've got my weight, or I should say my pressure, into my right foot. And that happens not because I'm shifting my body over here, but because the momentum of the golf club and just the pure fact, I mean, if I were to stand on a set of scales, one under each foot, I'd be about 50-50 here. If I just simply did this, the weight of the club, my arms, my body position, like I've had more of my mass now. Even though I haven't shifted my center line, I've got more of my mass, more of my weight now. By default, is going to be into my right foot, and the momentum of doing that gets the pressure over there. But by the time I get to the top, I'm already moving back to the left. So at the top of your backswing, the easiest way to think about this is, and like I said, do this with your irons first. So you're making the top of your backswing position. At the top of your backswing, if you just hold that position, you should still feel about 50-50, because again, the mass of my arms and the club and everything is now back over towards the left. The club head is this way. It has some weight to it. It's gonna help me basically go from here, and I'm already moving towards the target. So in essence, and you'll get an idea of this when you look at some of the best players in the world when they start their downswings. It's not like they're really pushing so much towards the target. They're almost kind of falling this way. So it's almost kind of like, they're already falling towards the target, and that momentum is then just continued, so you don't have to think about it. So the takeaway message from this, in terms of your backswing, stop trying to get your weight or and especially your mass of your body over onto your back foot, because once you do that, you don't have the ability, you don't have the pressure, you don't have the time to then move back towards the target. And most of the time, you see players do this and they just stay there. Club bottoms out too early and they strike it terrible. So takeaway message from this, really simple. Start off with your irons, and when you're at the top of your backswing, hold it and make sure that your weight is in the middle. If your weight is in the middle, there's a good chance that you're already going to be falling towards the target, and it's going to allow you to make a great downswing.